When initially filming this video, I had intended to talk a little bit about the Sam Altman OpenAI drama from my perspective as a community ambassador for OpenAI. But the story is moving so quickly that I think any prediction I make will either fall flat or make me look stupid. And so, I'll wait until the dust settles before I opine. You can trust that I do have thoughts on the issue, but many of my prevailing emotions during this whole event have been more related to the Valley's philosophies as a whole, the tech it creates and the type of people that it produces, the bizarre worship of tech CEOs and the middle school level immaturity drama that emerges from therein. Anyway, I don't know why I feel so compelled to write so frequently about Flywheels. I've written 3 or 4 posts about it and filmed videos, and from the outside looking in, objectively it seems that I as a specimen seem fascinated by the optimization and refinement of abstract systems. In the latest generation of my flywheel, I've removed much of the friction of traditional knowledge work output through simplification of business and personal desires. By leveraging embeddings, which is a new technology, and commonplace books, which is a 1,000-plus-year-old technology for organizing knowledge, and time-lapse videos, like you're seeing right now, I've been able to multiply the net effect of my work product without drastic deltas at the input stage. Wealth can find you in 2 ways after all. You can get more, or you can want less. Through discipline, craft, and organization, this is my best flywheel yet, and I'm excited to kick the tires on it for a long while. So now I want to talk a little bit about catalytic systems, which is kind of a pivot, but I'll start with a quote. At its heart, a living organism is a system of chemicals that has the capacity to catalyze its own reproduction. Catalysts such as enzymes speed up chemical reactions that might otherwise occur, but only extremely slowly. What I call a collectively autocatalytic system is one in which the molecules speed up the very reactions by which they themselves are formed. A makes B, B makes C, C makes A again. Now imagine the whole network of these self-propelling loops is given a supply of food molecules. The network will constantly be able to recreate itself. Like the metabolic network that inhabits every living cell, it will be alive. What I aim to show is that if a sufficiently diverse mix of molecules accumulates somewhere, the chances that an autocatalytic system, a self-maintaining and self-reproducing metabolism, will spring forth becomes a near certainty. If so, then the emergence of life may have been much easier than we supposed." End quote. And then the second quote, "Life at its root is the property of catalytic closure among a collection of molecular species. Alone, each molecular species is dead. Jointly, once catalytic closure among them is achieved, the collective system of molecules is alive." End quote. And both of these are from the book At Home in the Universe, The Search for the Laws of Self-Organization and Complexity. The reason I talk about autocatalytic systems is that I think that autocatalytic systems are like flywheels. In a way, there should be some amount of energy that is being used from the previous rotation to power the next rotation. If you're really fortunate, this energy will continue to compound, eventually driving new energy costs to zero, but if that's the case, you might have accidentally created a perpetual motion machine, in which case you're already on your way to becoming the richest person who ever lived. Now let's look at this from one more angle. Let's talk about design systems. Quote, "You can test this counterintuitive concept on a bicycle or motorcycle by getting up to a comfortable speed, placing the palm of your hand on the end of the left handlebar and gently pushing it forward. The handlebars and front wheel will turn to the right and the body will lean to the left, resulting in the bike and the handlebars turning to the left." Professor Sayaki was fully aware of this contradiction between his mental scheme and reality, but he wanted his memory aid to match his conceptual model. Conceptual models are powerful explanatory devices, useful in a variety of circumstances. They do not have to be as accurate as long as they lead to the correct behavior in the desired situation. End quote. We can see that working systems are not always intuitive, but are in general comprised of simple systems that do work. In other words, awareness of how simple systems engage with each other will get you further ahead than trying to hold the entire complexity of systems in your hands and guessing what they might do next. So, as this all applies together to flywheels, let's kind of wrap this up. We have working systems that are made up of simple systems. We have autocatalytic systems, which take current pieces of themselves and make the next run faster. And then we have the idea of building sustainable, and scalable businesses. And I hope that you'll see that all three of these things are connected. The idea is that you want to build a flywheel that serves you and your business goals, and not the other way around. And the same is true of all the systems that you work on. So think about that the next time that you're working on a system, is how is the system going to improve itself? Okay, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Catch me live on Twitch or subscribe to my newsletter at bramadams.dev, and have a good one.